All right, let's try this again. We are back live to try to do tonight's second segment for the second time. So we'll see how well it works. I think we're good. Alonzo. All right, this is the third one. Y'all are on the right chat. All right. I think we're good now. It should say part 2. If you're live, it should say part 2, posters and autographs. Part 2, posters and autographs. All right. So let's just get right to it, because like a lot of last night, a lot of stuff's going to be watching me just try to figure out what we have here. And last night we did a lot of 60s concert posters. Tonight we're going to be doing 60s postcards. These are original artifacts. And we're going to look all these up and price them. We might even go ahead and sell some of them. If anything, we're going to get them tagged for auction. And there's a bunch of them there. And then I might try to do like I did last night and then go grab some autographs. But these are some pretty cool pieces. If I don't get them sold tonight, I'll probably auction them. So let me bring the stack over here. And then let me bring my laptop over here. And we're probably going to be back on that website again called Classic Posters. So first thing I need to do is just get everybody set up where y'all can see what I'm doing. And let's first open this up and let's go to Classic Posters. We're definitely going to have to go over to eBay, and we're probably going to open up Heritage as well. So that's still open from that. So perfect. So same rules apply if you want to buy something. If you know you're interested in it, I'd go ahead and comment, and then we'll price it, and then you can take or pass. But here's the very first one. This is the Grateful Dead. Now, what you got to understand is they made these postcards, and they were exact replicas of the concert posters. So you got these postcards that were used as mailers, and they were exact little miniature versions of the concert posters. And there's a lot of people. I know a guy who has hundreds of these. He collects them. He's here local too, and he has almost a complete set. I mean, he has the Jimi Hendrix eyeball and all those. I mean, he has some really incredible stuff. So this is the Grateful Dead. So like I said, same rules apply. If you're interested, I'd go ahead and get in line, and then I'm going to be looking these up mainly to figure out what we have. I'm going to be trying to figure out, okay, what concert, what pressing, what printing, I mean. Is it authentic? Is it a first printing? Is it a second printing? Because there's a lot of different versions of these. And they all have different names, etc. Let me grab my phone where I can see comments. And so, yeah, there's the Grateful Dead. So this is from, and I'm going to have my sticky notes over here. I'm going to be making some notes, so whenever I go to sell these, I can tell you more about them, a.k.a. What year, where it's from, the second printing, and then I'm going to leave that on there so we can try to figure out what we have. So first one's a really cool piece. It's a Grateful Dead, and this is where they played at the Avalon Ballroom. So this is the Avalon Ballroom concert from the Grateful Dead, and they played there March 24th through the 26th of 1967. So early Grateful Dead there. The popularity as both a Grateful Dead poster and a Rick Griffin design that has plenty of pressure on this poster from collectors, puts plenty of pressure on this poster from collectors. The central image is an interesting choice by Griffin. It features 3 men with long hair wearing large hats. The poster was printed twice, with first printings being quite difficult to find. The original poster is printed blah, blah, blah. The second printer, blah, blah, blah. The postcard comes in 3 varieties, which all measure 5 by 7. The type A has a play stamp here on the reverse. Type B has a bulk rate permit on the back, and the Type C has a bulk rate permit on the back and was mechanically addressed and sent to people on the Family Dog mailing list. So this is an original postcard, Type A, play stamp here. So this is Type A postcard. So this is a Type A. And let's figure out what this goes for. This is from the Family Dog. Of course, this is Rick Griffin. That's a very interesting piece to note. Very popular Rick Griffin. By the way, if everybody don't mind, go ahead and hit like on this post. I know it's a new feed. We got our late night hardcore viewers tonight, but and maybe everybody let me know who's watching. I'm very curious who's watching this late with me as I go through all these. And let's see what we can find out over here on the Grateful Dead. Joe Murray may be interested in this. Joe Murray, let me see what I can find out on it. And this is Avalon. And this is 1967 postcard trace here. So we're going to be going through some interesting stuff here. And this is a Type A, by the way. Let's see what we can find out. I'm going to have to open up this. And Family Dog. Let me see what these are over here. Plus, also keep in mind, I'm going to price these as if they were starting bids. Because a lot of this stuff I know would do very well at auction. I just have a feeling it would do very well at auction. And I'm probably going to price it like what I would start them for, okay? So keep that in mind. And it is late. So there's not many people here. We're not going to really run any of those auctions. They're going to be buy it nows. And I'll sell this one for $35. It seems like a really good price for a piece like this, a 1967 Grateful Dead postcard. But it's $35 if you want it, if anybody wants it. Joe Murray he got in first in line, and that's Avalon Ballroom, 1967. $35 on that. Grateful Dead. Just $35. So, like I said, if anybody wants interested, I would get in line on these because most of these are actually pretty affordable. Most of these postcards. Some of them can get quite pricey, but Joe Murray says he'll take it for $35. So the first one gone. That's sold to Joe Murray for $35. All right, let's see what else we have here. This is, boy, some of these are hard to read. This is New Year's Eve. This is another Grateful Dead. That's Grateful Dead. Sorry, I don't read hippie too well, so some of these you got to take a couple seconds to look at it. But this is Grateful Dead. Yeah, we need Paul translating these, don't we? Yep. Let's see. Let's do Grateful Dead. Let's see if that helps us out. New Year's. No. I'm going to have to go through the whole catalog probably again, which is okay. Let me go, let's see, Grateful. Is there just a Grateful Dead catalog? Yeah, here's the Grateful Dead catalog. All right. So here's another Grateful Dead. Let's see what this one is. I'm going to have to, so I'm just basically scrolling through the image. I'm on a website called classicposters.com. That's exactly what it's called, classicposters.com. So what I'm doing, I know what I have here, and then I try to match it and figure out the entry, which the entry is going to tell us the catalog number for the people who've documented these over the years. It's going to tell us where it was from, when it was from, and then that actual entry is going to tell us more details about how to determine if it's an original. So we have, this is Winterland. This is Winterland at the Fillmore. And this was December 31st, 1970. And the headliners, Grateful Dead, New Riders of the Purple Sage, Cold Blood, Elvin Bishop, Boz Scaggs, early Boz Scaggs, Voices of Harlem, and Stoneground. So definitely worth mentioning, Grateful Dead was a headliner on the New Year's Eve show at Winterland. This beautiful creation by David Singer. So the artist on this was David Singer. He did the actual art. Was advertised as a pair of 1970-71 New Year Eve shows held at the Fillmore at Winterland. Cold Blood, Elvin Bishop, and Boz Scaggs played the Fillmore, while the Grateful Dead, Stoneground, and the New Riders of the Purple Sage rocked Winterland. The original poster was printed on Codex, blah, blah, blah. The postcards match the poster and measure approximately 7 by 9 1/4 inch. All cards have the calendar of Bill Graham events on the back, and some were addressed and sent to people on their mailing list. So this is BG-263. Now this one has a very interesting color scheme right there on the border. It has a little bit of a color break. Y'all see that? Very interesting there. Let's take a good look at it. Of course, usually you can tell on these, the ones that have extremely crisp graphics. I've seen like just straight up reprints of these, and they get really blurry. When you're starting to look down here in this little tiny print, is so crisp and clear. But yeah, this is Bill Graham 263. This is Bill Graham 263. So let's see what we can find out about this. This is Grateful Dead, and they were actually playing Winterland. So let's go back over here. We got Grateful Dead, Winterland, this was 1970. We have that was a ticket. There's a ticket that's sold on eBay. There's a ticket. And on the back it has a calendar. Very cool. Let's see. I always check their website too. Here we go. Okay, they have postcards available. There we go. Original poster, near mint postcard, very fine, notes, mailed card, near mint, 40, 80, 45. Okay, so yeah, this one's $45. $45 on this one. No deadheads watching, $45. Okay. Actually, I got boards and bags for these. All right. Howling Wolf, the headliner. Howling Wolf, the headliner. There it is. All right, so this is Fillmore. April of 21 through the 23rd of 1967. This poster was created by Wes Wilson. This is a Wes Wilson design for a 1967 show of Howling Wolf, Big Brother and the Holding Company, Janis Joplin, Harbinger Complex. The central image is an illustration of a nude woman with long hair and one hand extended palm upward toward the viewer. Many people think a psychedelic poster is announcing concerts by mostly white acts. Bill Graham made it a practice of featuring the leading African-American artists of that time, especially blues singers. This concert featured Chester Arthur Bennett, a.k.a. Howlin' Wolf, who was very popular with mostly white hippie audiences, frequented the Fillmore. Upon closer inspection, you'll see the name was misspelled Howling Wolf instead of Howlin. They actually put the G in there. Postcard comes in 3 varieties. Place stamp here, and of course the mailing. And of course this is a place stamp here. Very cool. So this is a Bill Graham 60 with Howling Wolf, of course, and Big Brother, which is the amazing Janis Joplin. All right, so let's see if we can find out this. So we'll type in BG60 postcard. Let me jump over here. Let me get over here to Heritage for a second. That's probably the poster. All right. There's some in lots. Over here. Feel like this would do really good at auction. Curtis Marachi, yeah, where is he? That might not be nude enough for him. Man, what a cool piece. My buy it now is $45. Henry and then Michael. I got a board and bag for it too. Henry, then Michael. These look really incredible in frames. I think some of y'all remember I still got some of them framed with like color matching frames. Bo Diddley, Big Brother. Bo Diddley, Big Brother, etc., etc. Here's Bo Diddley. This is sold to Michael Nath for $45. Michael, that's sold to you. Thank you. Bo Diddley is Bill Graham Presents. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a double. Okay. So this is Fillmore, San Francisco, of course. July 4th through the 9th, 1967. This olive green, black, and red poster by Bonnie McLean. Bonnie McLean. Bonnie McLean. That's the artist for the poster. Bonnie McLean. Features 2 hulking figures. I kind of could see that now. See the two people here? You got to be kind of high to kind of get some of this. The 4 shortened hand of the figure on the right extends toward the viewer. The poster advertised a 6-night show with Bo Diddley, Big Brother, and the Holden Company for the first 3 nights, and Quicksilver Messenger Service for the last 3 nights. Big Joe Williams also played. The postcard has a place stamp here reverse and measures 4.5 by 7 inches. A double postcard was also printed, which that was on the first entry I have. And here this is. And there's the postcard, and original postcard, CGC graded 9.8. Some of these are really good. CGC graded 9.8, $80. That's nice. And there's 2 interested parties, Nath and Oso. I'm going to say $45 on these. And I'm kind of pricing these like buy it now prices, keeping the time of the night. And that a lot of these I really wanted to auction. So, same price on that one. Michael Nath and Oso. Let me finish writing the notes here. And Michael Nath wants it. He bought a Bo Diddley autograph earlier tonight. This was, of course, Bo Diddley and Big Brother And this is, there was only one variety of this, and this was $45. And it's, of course, sold to Michael Nath. We still got a Grateful Dead lingering back there for $45. There's still a Grateful Dead back there lingering for $45, but that one sold as well to Michael Nath. All right, let's see what we have here. This one looks pretty interesting. This one is, okay, I'll go ahead and do this one. Mike Bloomfield with Chicago Slim, Bola Seat, 10 years after. Let's look this one up. Mike Bloomfield. The Grateful Dead. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the Grateful Dead. I'm trying to figure out why this color scheme. I wonder if this one was cut. This may have been cut. Let me see if I can find some other. See, this color is not right. And I have the one I think it was cut on. Now, what just happened? Let me do that. Nope, there's the same postcard. Ticket. Let me zoom in on this one. That's not the best image. These are like trying to solve a puzzle. It also has a calendar on the back. No, it's not faded. There's other. This is. They just didn't mention a different color scheme on the entry. See, there's a. It says there's a double postcard that was also printed that bears the images of 266, 277, and 278, which 278 is this one, and this is, and it's the only one that has that colors, and it's a double postcard. And then, of course, there's the ticket, which has that color scheme. But I just don't see a single image that has this color scheme. Quite interesting, honestly. But you see, some of them have, but this don't really match up. No, I think this one's by itself. Yeah, that's pretty odd. This is $35, Michael Nath. I think it's just something they didn't enter, like, you have poster, postcard, poster, but they don't really mention anything about this being a scheme, so, on this one. Yeah, there's a Taj Mahal coming up next that's a separate postcard. Or I've got it over here in the stack. It's a separate postcard. But they did make one with both of these doubled up. Just FYI. But this one by itself is $35. Let me write down the details right quick. And we have Winterland. So this is Winterland. This is Fillmore. West. And this was April 29th through May 2nd, 1971. That's hard to write that down like that. But yeah, this is BG. The catalog number is BG278. And, of course, the headlines, Mike Bloomfield, Chicago Slim, and then 10 years after. So, that's 35. Lucas Limp Bizkit poster. Never was found. Never was found. That's why you never did get an invoice. Never was found. That's actually, yeah, I'll keep that at 35. Okay, and then here's the Grateful Dead. This is Grateful Dead, Winterland Fillmore, New Year's Eve, 1970. Art by David Singer, $45. $45. Michael and F. Pass, I'll take it. Okay, I'm about to say that I feel like that's a really good price. But Lucas, no, the one I was going to sell you is one somebody didn't pay for, and I went back there to find it, and I never could find it. So, not saying we don't have it, but if we do, you'll get an invoice for it. If I find it, I'll slap your name on it. Boy, this one's really cool. I like the ones that actually show some wear. Jeff Beck Group with Moby Grape. Look at that one. Jeff Beck Group with Moby Grape. So there's only one that hadn't sold, and that's the Grateful Dead back there. New Year's Eve. A big one, too. That one's a bigger one. This is Fillmore. Boy, if you lived in San Francisco in 1967, 1968, you could have went to a concert every night at the Fillmore, pretty much. I mean, and seen just legendary acts. It seems like how many dates that, and like 5 nights in a row, 5 nights in a row, 4 nights in a row. Pretty incredible. This is 7. This is 23 through the 28th of 1968. So July. Looks like it's a 5-night stand. The intertwined lizards from the image of this Lee Conklin design. The poster advertised 2 different 3-day shows at the Fillmore West in 1968. Moby Grape, Jeff Beck, James Cotton, and others performed. Lights were by Holy See. Lights by Holy See. Ooh, so you got some trippy lights too. The postcard comes in 2 varieties. Type A has a place stamp here. Type B has a calendar of Bill Graham events on the back. This is Type B. This is Type B. I don't see a Type B for sale. We're going to have to go to a different variety. Type A's are probably one of the more pricier ones we have for tonight. This is a Type B. What a cool looking, wow, that's just awesome though. Okay, so we have Fillmore. This is, let me go back. This is Bill Graham, 130. And we have, see what we can find out. There's the poster. Does this have a calendar on the back? It does not. No calendar on that one. Seems like the one with the calendar on the back seems to be the more scarce version. All right, well, let's click on these active ones here. Let's click on this one. It's not got a calendar on the back. Let's click on this one. It's got a calendar on the back. Okay, and then the one that they had, so the only one listed with a calendar on the back is $195. And then you can get a type A for around $100. Now this one, of course, even though I kind of like them like this, that actually shows some, looks like some people handled it, and it actually deducts from it because it's kind of used. But I think it is more scarce than the other two. Pretty cool information there on the back. I'm going to say, and this will be the starting bid if it don't sell tonight for tomorrow, $95. And I feel like it should be $125. But I'm going to say $95. And this is Moby Grape. And this is Jeff Beck. And this is $95. Did I have a board and bag for this? I do have a board and bag for this. That's a cool one. Maybe some very cool art. That is very cool art. All right. All right, so we got one Moby Grape, one Jeff Beck together. And let's see here. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm curious what's in my pile here. I got some pretty interesting looking ones here. This one looks pretty tripped out. It's got a dude on the front of it. Awesome. And it's Big Brother and the Holding Company. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Big Brother, Janis Joplin. That's where all that was their origins. Let's see what we got going on here. I've been needing to sneeze for 10 minutes. I think it's about to happen. Okay, I found it. All right, so this is Avalon Ballroom. This is Avalon Ballroom, August 24th through the 27th of 1967. Designed by Robert Freed for an August 1967 appearance by Big Brother and the Holding Company at Avalon, this poster is printed twice. The central image is a photograph of Leo Tolstoy, author of War and Peace, with a line of soldiers beneath him. The postcard comes in 3 varieties, all which measure 5 by 7. Place stamp here, bulk rate, and with the family dog address. So that's place stamp here. So that's type A. Big Brother and Holding Company. Ernest, we're going through hippie stuff. We're going through old hippie stuff. And for some reason, my allergies just kicked in. Maybe this stuff has like marijuana residue on it. Probably does. This is Family Dog Productions, number 77. This is FD 77. Leo Tolstoy on the front here. Leo Tolstoy. We love some War and Peace. You know, the original title of War and Peace was going to be called War, What Is It Good For? That's a true story. He was going to actually call it War, What Is It Good For? And they convinced him to change it at the last second to War and Peace. I like this one. $45. Huh, say it again. This is $45. Who was first? Henry, then Michael. Henry, then Michael. Now, who can tell me where all that I just said came from? Chambers Brothers, Buffalo Springfield, Richie Havens. Boy, look at this one. Look at this one. We had a cup. Do y'all remember that record I had the other night? I knew. I paused. It stopped me in my tracks. I looked at an album jacket and I said, I've seen this before somewhere. And it was like a garage band, one of those deep cut garage bands from the New Orleans collection. And I was like, wait a minute. I've seen that for somewhere. I knew it was this right here. Are there other Big Brother and the Holding companies? Let me take a look. Let's see. No. Not in the handfuls I have left over here. Not in the handfuls I have left over here. Okay, so Seinfeld. Good job, Henry. Yeah. Under titles on Big Brother. Oh, yeah. This is, yeah, all that I just said came from Seinfeld. That's from an episode of Seinfeld. Headliners on this one is Big Brother and the Holding Company, Bo Diddley, Michael Nath, Buka White, and Salvation Army Band. Salvation Army Band, B-A-N-N-E-D. Sold to Michael Nath for $45. See you later, Big Brother. All right, this is a really cool one. More Grateful Dead. I think I may have at least one more. Then I've got to go get some more of this stuff because I know I have more. Or we might do autographs next. Yeah, I got one here. Well, yeah, yes and no. Okay, let's do this one here. Whew. Boy, I really think there's something on these cards. All right, this is Fillmore Auditorium, Winterland. This is Fillmore Auditorium, Winterland. May 29th through the 30th of 68. This bizarre design by Lee Conklin features a 10-toe choir that came to be when Conklin was meditating and felt his toes tingle and sing. You think that guy was on some acid? This poster advertised the Memorial Day weekend concerts during 68 that were to include Buffalo Springfield, Richie Havens, and the Chambers Brothers. Buffalo Springfield, however, broke up several weeks prior to the show and played their final show May 5th in Long Beach. Albert King, who was not mentioned on the poster, replaced Buffalo Springfield for these shows. So by the time the show came to be, Buffalo Springfield, a.k.a. Stephen Stills, Neil Young, etc., they had already broke up, and Albert King ended up playing in their spot. So Buffalo Springfield didn't even play at this concert. The postcard comes in two varieties, a place stamp here, and another one with a Bill Graham calendar on the back. And as you can see, this one has the Bill Graham calendar. And this is a Type B, and I'll do this one for $45. What a cool art design, though. That is from 1968. Amazing. So this is Chambers Brothers, Richie Havens, and then Buffalo replaced Albert King. Just a quick cool note, though. And this was Memorial Day weekend. And this is $45. Pretty good condition for 1967. Only if it said Albert King. I was about to say, Michael would have to be all over that one. The other two I have are Grateful Dead, for $45. Jeff Beck, Moby Grape, $95. And now this one here, which I think is a wicked looking design. There's only 3 left there. All right, let's do another one. Let's do the one that I skipped over earlier that I thought was part of the other. And that is Taj Mahal. Take a look at that one. Taj Mahal. Also, art on this one was Lee Conklin, wasn't it? Lee Conklin. Make a note of that one. Lee Conklin on art. All right. So we have Taj Mahal here. Taj Mahal. All right, and then here it is. Bill Graham presents 277. This whimsical, boy, I don't use that word every day, was advertised Taj Mahal, Stone Ground, and Trapeze at the Fillmore, and 10 years after at Winterland. And this is Winterland. This is Winterland, April 22nd through the 25th of 71. This is a Randy Tutton design. Nice. This is Randy Tutton. And $45. $45 on this one. Which variety? Calendar on back. Calendar on back. That's the only variety. Somebody had on the back, first print, $50. They were close. I'm thinking first print, $45. All right. 4 available. Let's do this one. Looks like superb psychedelia at its best. It's weird. We have not had any that have had second print varieties. Do you have another dead? Not that I see over here. I have one in a frame in the back, but I'll have to go get it. The next, yeah, I do have another one. I do have another one. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to pop it out of a frame. This is Love and Moby Grape and Lee Michaels. So Love was the headliner. This is Fillmore. December 2nd through the 4th of 1966. This is Bill Graham presents BG40. Art is Wes Wilson. The first print comes in 2 colors, an olive green and a much scarcer yellow. Because these posters were printed on larger paper, they exhibit extensive... Okay, that's about the poster. We just care about the postcard. The postcard measures 4 inches by 7 5/8. There's generally a lot of blue over-inking on the front of these cards. So this is definitely the olive green. Let's go over here. Let me look at some. Bill Graham poster. Are those posters or postcards? Those are posters. Type in postcard. Okay. Yeah, $35 on this one. So there's two color versions. $35. Place stamp here. Love Moby Grape. Henry, then Michael. Henry, then Michael. Michael, check to you. Let me try to pop this one out of the frame. Let me figure out which one I want to do next. The Grateful Dead. Jefferson Airplane. Yep, I have a Pink Floyd. I'm about to bring it up here. And a Cheap Trick. Because I'm going to probably sell them tomorrow night. Or sell them tonight. However, this Pink Floyd is not hundreds. It's thousands. But I'll show it. There might be somebody watching who wants it. Coming soon. It's not one of these. It's a big one. Wait till y'all see it. No one has seen it yet. But Laura finally got me some images. I'm going to have to... Laura took some great images, but I'm going to have to redo them just slightly. I wonder if she's still awake. All right, sorry, Joe. Hold on one second. I got my phone out, and then I saw three people I had to text back, and I had to ask Laura something, and I'm trying to find the entry for this one. Here it is. All right. Yeah, I text people all throughout the night. If they don't like it, they can get over it. This is Winterland. This is Winterland, Fillmore, West. This was May 1st and May 4th of 1969. This poster advertised a series of shows by Jefferson Airplane and Grateful Dead with additional acts by Cold Blood, Elvin Bishop, and Cuban percussionist Mongo Santamaria. The poster was printed twice. The postcard comes in two varieties, place stamp here, and a calendar of Bill Graham events on the back. Alrighty, and this one has some interesting spillover. It has a green, you can see where they miscut it a little. There's green from another postcard on the side of the border. Very cool. Joe, if I sell it tonight, it's going to be what I started for tomorrow. And this is a Randy Tutton, by the way. And I'm going to start it tomorrow for $45. You can buy it now for that same price. $45. All right, I got a couple more over here before I bring up maybe some posters. I got 3 more, actually. Argentina with Spirit. I got to go turn off this air conditioning. I'm freezing. George Burleson. Chad, did you see my question? Can I swap Yorma and Jack Castle glasses? I got the night for the Grateful Dead. Let me figure out where that item has gotten to. Wouldn't you be better off just buying both? That way you get a Yorma Calcoen, Jack Cassidy autograph, and a Grateful Dead postcard. Wouldn't that make much more sense? And Joe, I don't know if you missed it, but $45 on that. Here we go. Boy, this is a weird one here. Look at this one. Huh. I'm not seeing this one on the, the entries. Oh, Joe said, can I sit up close? I didn't say that. Sorry, I'm not paying. Joe, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you ask that. I looked down the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I saw I'm asking you to say yes or no, and you're asking to see it. I'm so sorry. I'm not seeing much on this Argentina. Let me look it up under Spirit. Now, they played there a lot. MNOP, SP, Somebody say the alphabet for me. Do. AOR 4.52. Yeah, I hadn't tried anywhere else. I was going to do that. I was about to do a Google search on it. There it is. All right. Yeah, $35 on Icantina. This is Winterland 1970. I found it too, Michael Nath. Well, those are handbills, but is this a... Yeah, this is a handbill. That's not a postcard. This is a handbill. Yeah, and this is Winterland 1970. And that is another Randy Tutton. And Joe Murray, I don't know if you... I missed your comment when you said, can I see it up close? And I showed it up close, and I hope you were still on when I did that. Let me go turn off this air conditioning. It's literally like hurting my ear. It's so cold. It blows. I got it angled where it blows right on me, so... All right. 2 more, then I'm going to go get the bigger posters I've got. And then if you're just getting on, I'll see what I have. Uh-oh. I know somebody watching who's going to want this. Country Joe and the Fish with Albert King. Henry thought I was talking about him with Lightning Hopkins. I was thinking more so Michael Nath with Albert King, but yeah, I haven't found a Lightning Hopkins yet. All right, so this is, other my sticky notes. This is Fillmore. This is Fillmore. October 9th through the 12th of 69. And this is Bill Graham 195, and this is a Randy Tutton. Okay, and this interesting image by Randy Tutton advertised the show by Country Joe and the Fish, Albert King, and Bloodwind Pig at the Fillmore in October of 69. Designed in a simple manner, the image is a statue at the center of a panicking throng. I've seen that statue before. Isn't that over in Russia or something? That looks like something during this. I feel like I've seen that before. The postcard has Bill Graham events on the back. Cool. And there it is. And this is, let's see what they have them for. There's the double, near mint and signed. I'm going to say $35 on this one. I'm going to say $35 on this one. Buy it now tonight. Starting bid tomorrow. $35 on this. $35 on this. Somebody wrote first print $60. That's a little high. There's that one. Okay. And then I have one more small handbill over here. And this is, ooh, nice. I didn't realize what that said. I couldn't make out the hippie in it. Cream. The Cream. Nice. It's getting near dawn. There it is. The Cream. This is Fillmore. Winterland. Ooh, nice. They had some great concerts there. March 7th through the 10th of 68. Cream played an extended 2-week gig at the Fillmore and Winterland, and this poster advertised the second week of that show. Stanley Mouse. Nice. It's a Stanley Mouse. Designed this poster, and it is a beauty. This poster is very scarce as an original. It was reprinted once. Postcard has a place stamp here. Yep. Okay. Even has some bleed through, it looks like, from a previous printing or something. So this is Cream double postcard. It is available. And this is, boy, this is I like this. Clapton. I'm going to say $55. $55 on that one. Wow, look at that. It looks like the cream's coming out of their head. 55. It's nice. Okay. So, yeah, let's go through. Jason has asked to see the eye cantina up close. Yeah, the eye cantina is an odd-looking one. It's $35. Let me show that to Jason. Josh, you're next on Cream if you want it. Here's the eye cantina up close. Looks like a shelf with some, like, paper mache heads, some sheet music. You see Napoleon. It kind of makes me think of France, Russia. Something's going on over here. It looks like little hand puppets. Yeah, they look like paper mache hand puppets. You can see the words of Napoleon written on something right there. Like I said, it's amazing how clear some of that at the bottom is. All right, so let's show everything that's left here. Let's show the ones that's still available for sale. And I'll do probably most recent. So eye cantina is $35. Cream, which I think if Josh is passing, Michael Nath may want it for $55. Country Joe, so that's eye cantina and Spirit. Country Joe and the Fish with Albert King and Blood One Pig. That is $35. Country Joe with Albert King and Blood One Pig. Love with Moby Grape and Lee Michaels, $35. Taj Mahal with Stone Ground, Trapeze, and 10 Years After, $45. I think this is one of the coolest ones we still have. Chambers Brothers, Richie Havens. Buffalo Springfield is billed, but actually Albert King didn't play. Albert King played instead of them. That one's $45. This is the most expensive one we have left. Moby Grape with Jeff Beck Group, $95. That one has some signs of wear, which I actually prefer. And then we have Grateful Dead here. Grateful Dead doing a New Year's Eve show also with Elvin Bishop and Boz Scaggs. New Riders of Purple Sage. That one's $45. And then we still got the Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead for $45. And I wish I had that one still. Do I have that laying around here somewhere? I wish y'all could see how well these are. When you have them framed really well, how really cool they can be if you get the frames matched. Like if you think about it, if you can get a frame to match the colors, plus you can put it in a big frame, not just a little tiny one. Like there's some people I've seen, they'll mat it, they'll frame it and mat it where you can still see the borders. Get even a different color frame than the mat, and it like pops. So that's just an idea. Michael Nath, do you want this for 55? Because Josh is also passing. I'll take both Grateful Dead and Keep the Glasses. If Joe's out, would you do 40 on each? Okay. Okay, so let's sell this to George Burleson for 40. So sell this to George Burleson for 40. And let's also make a note to renegotiate his signed glasses for 40. His signed Yulma Calcoen glasses that was previously sold. And then this is sold to Michael Nath, the cream, for 55. Okay. I should have went ahead and tagged these myself so they don't have to rewatch the sale. Oh well. Sorry, whoever has to rewatch the sale. And all right, let me go get these two giant posters in the back. Let me figure out where Laura laid them for photographs. And if anybody decides you want anything in there, or if you want to buy 2 or 3 that's left over and do a bundle deal, let's do that. And then I may grab a handful of autographs, or I think I may even have more of these little. I think I have another Grateful Dead. So Joe Murray, whoever, the Dead heads, stand by, and Pink Floyd heads. Test 1, 2. All right, I found a couple more. All right, so this one's probably needs. Let's go ahead and pop this one out. Y'all gonna like this one. Look at that. Wow. The Who, Grateful Dead, Quicksilver, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Pretty sweet there. What a postcard. All right, this is Fillmore West. So this was let me just read the description here. This fantastic Rick Griffin design might just be our favorite Bill Graham poster. Just take a look at our logo. Ah, I see what they're talking about. This was the first in a series of double-sized posters advertising longer shows, and this is very popular because the design and both The Who and the Grateful Dead are on the bill. The original poster was 22 by 28. The postcard measures 7 by 9 inches and comes with both a place stamp here back, bulk rate, and a bulk rate permit. All BG 133 postcards have a calendar of Bill Graham events on the back. In addition, some cards were addressed and mailed to people on the mailing list. All right, pretty cool. So this is The Who and Grateful Dead, and this is an original postcard. Those are the top billed acts, The Who and Grateful Dead. And this is Bill Graham Presents 133. And this, of course, is Rick Griffin, legendary psychedelia artist. Let's see what I can find out on this. This is a pretty cool piece. I'm in no hurry to sell this one. I might just accidentally say it disappeared, and I don't even know what y'all are talking about. So, good night. See y'all later. What postcard? What are y'all talking about? 70, 89, 52, 70. Yeah, I had a price of mine plus placed on what they have here. Feels like something like this feels like it should be so much more. But I'll do it for $75. $75. Now, like I said, that's a buy it now, or starting bid tomorrow night. Buy it now, or starting bid tomorrow night. Henry, Debbie, Jason, Paul are the first few people in line. Debbie, it goes to you to 75, then Jason. Debbie's next in line, then Jason. All right, let me go ahead and blow some minds, and then I want to do some major research on this. I do have a couple more postcards, but they're in professional frames. Check this out here. You have not missed any autographs yet, except for this, because it's signed. This is Pink Floyd, Oakland Coliseum, May 9th and 10th, 1977. Debbie, it's $75 because there's 2 people after you that want it, and tomorrow it would probably bring $190 if I sold it at auction. This is an original Pink Floyd Oakland Coliseum. Take a look at this thing. All right, so the most recent one sold at Heritage for $10,000, and it was a 9.8 signed by Randy Tutton. And then one sold for $8,125, signed by Randy Tutton. And then one sold for $5,156. So the last 3 sold was $5,160, $8,750, and then $10,000. Wow. Let's figure out exactly which one we have here. That was, this is Pink Floyd Oakland Coliseum. So a popular and enduring image that was designed by Randy Tutton and used to promote a large Pink Floyd concert, the flying pig became an icon of the band, was used on many other posters over time. Due to the small print run and overwhelming popularity, this image has excessively been bootlegged. The original poster is printed on coated wide index stock and it measures approximately 19 by 27 and 1/8. So let me figure out what we have here. Wide index. Is that what that said? Wide index stock. Let's take a look here. There's an old note on the back, 4.47, which is what it is, AOR 4.47. All right, let's try to go in a little bit deeper on this one before we do anything else. Also, what happened on the Grateful Dead? Hold on a second. What happened here on Grateful Dead? Did Debbie say yes? Surely she did. Debbie got this for $75. Okay, that one sold to Debbie for $75. I'm about to say, Debbie, you better say sold. That would be that should be like a $200 item in my opinion. But okay. So let's see what's going on here. And hold on, Joe gave me the other day. What just happened here? I want the other. He can have the other one too. I pass. Oh my gosh, what is going on? I don't know what's going on anymore. Something about Grateful Dead. Something about Joe gave me the other one. Tell me what the deal is. I have no idea. Okay, let me figure out this poster. I have no idea. George, I got you down for a pair of glasses, which I sold to you last night, and then I dropped the price, and then you bought another Grateful Dead for $45 as well. He's talking about there's another Grateful Dead still in the pile, and he's saying if you want it, it's yours. There's another Grateful Dead still in the pile. Okay, I got to focus on Pink Floyd here. So give me a couple seconds. Give me a few minutes, actually. And just for future reference, George, I know you're relatively new. After we sell something, I really can't start going back and changing prices and taking stuff off, okay? So make sure, just for future reference, when you really, really want to buy something, you are 100% set on it, because we really can't start going through and renegotiating prices on stuff we sold previously to do deals on other stuff, because there's about 3,000 sold items in the back, and the people trying to do this for us, it can get extremely complicated. So Wolfgang's is a great, I'm on Wolfgang's as well. Wolfgang's is another great size. All right. This is 19 and 5/8 inches. This is 19 and 5/8 inches. By 20, this looks like right at 28. Let me try to get this flat. Let me measure this side again as well. Trying to get this tape right on the edge where it starts there. Yeah, this measure is like precise this way, and then this one here, without really putting this on the poster, it's actually longer than 28. I wonder what this entry has. I wonder what the graded one on Heritage is. that the really expensive ones that they've sold. I wonder if they give dimensions on those. They measure 19.5 by 28 inches. The one they have is 20, the first printing, but the one they have that's graded 9.8, it measures 19.5 by 28. And this is 19. Boy, it's close. I wonder if this is how they cut some of these. Because this one is definitely 28 inches long, and it's closer to 9.5. I need like a, I don't like measuring tapes. I need one of those like you do a suit with. I don't like touching it with this thing. So, but this is on the right. Let me read the heritage entry. An original first printing concert poster for Pink Floyd appearing at the Oakland Coliseum on Monday and Tuesday, May 9th and 10th. The poster image, Randy Tutton, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it really just says measures 9.5. Now the grading notes from CGC, Pink Floyd, original poster, Randy Tutton in written in ink. Yeah, so, boy, I don't know. Let's see what else we have over here. The first, let's see here. Second printing, glossy stock, and bears Wolfgang's vault notation in the lower right-hand margin. It's printed 2006. It measures 32.5 by half. 32.5. This one is not that big. This one's only 28 inches. It's nowhere close. It says the second printing is 32 inches. That would be 4 inches longer. This one's 19.5 by 30. Or excuse me, this one's 19.5 by 28. So let's see here. This one isn't really. Let me try something over here. Give me 1 second. Also need to look. Paul had originally left me some notes on this one. Let's see what else I have over here. More accurate measuring apparatus. I don't think I have anything though. Wish I had something much more accurate to get this thing down to. So, I mean, I still don't really know. The size is what's messing me up because it's like it's not within any listed dimensions that I see. I mean, this one's 19.5 by 28. That's what it measures. It measures 19.5 by 28. This here is 19.5. It's 19.5. And then this is 28 inches. Right there. It lines up almost perfectly, actually. This is 19.5 by 28 inches. But what's weird is Wolfgang's website says the first printing is 19 5/8 by 27 3/4. Okay, that's what Wolfgang says. The one the CGC graded, that has actually sold for big money is 19.5 by 28 inches. And then Classic Posters uses the 19 by 27.5 too. So there's like 3 different major websites giving 3 different dimensions for first printings. That is very confusing. The one I like to go by is the one that's actually sold and certified by CGC, and they say it measures 19.5 by 28 inches. So who's right? There's 3 different dimensions for first printings for 3 different websites. Wolfgang's, which is a big expert, Classic Posters, and then of course probably the king of them all, Heritage. So what is the actual correct dimensions for an original poster? It's the right material for sure. It's signed by Randy Tutton, and everything else looks good. So the writing on the back is in pencil. It says 4.47 $100, which is probably what you could have got these for back in the, probably not too long after the show, or when they first started cataloging these things. Probably that was written in pencil probably, what, 30 years ago? I mean, well, see, here in 2008, they were selling for $200 and $215. So, you know, and then in 2016, they started selling for a couple thousand. And then here recently, they've really jumped up. They're starting to bring 5,000, 8,000, and now 10,000 just due to the collectability of this. So, yeah, not too long ago, 2008, 2005, they were a few $100s. Now they're bringing a mini fold that, it looks like. So what's the deal? That's just why some of these that get really expensive, I got to be very careful to figure out exactly what I have here. You can't jump to conclusion too fast. You got to make sure exactly what you have here. Because the second printings and the third printings, those dimensions aren't even close. They're not even close to this. They're not even close at all. The second printing and third, the Bill Graham's Archives, that's a completely different size. The third printing, that's a completely different size. I think this is a first printing. I think it is. I mean, I'm going to have maybe somebody else look at it that really knows what they're doing. May have to send, like the Hendrix and the other ones last night, I might have to send pictures of the Heritage, but I think it's a real first printing. The colors are just amazing too. So, I don't know, but like I said, if it is, it's a very valuable poster. It's, I wouldn't take, if this is real, which I'm not going to sell it tonight, obviously. I don't think anybody watching, there may be somebody interested, but if this is real, I'm not going to take any less probably than $5,000 for it because, I mean, look at it. It's Pink Floyd. Let me back up the camera. I mean, I think y'all know how much of a fan I of this stuff is. It's probably y'all are. I mean, if it's real, it's a minimum of $5,000. I mean, the last one, of course, the last one was 9.8, but the last two before that was 8,000 and 5,000. So this is a pretty incredible piece. So I'm just not for sure. I'm going to have to get other eyes on it. I'm going to have to probably contact these couple people I've talked to before at Heritage. So, but I just know this, it has the right paper for sure. And it was on the back of a board. And some of these that were in frames, we took them out of frames and they were glued to a board and we peeled them off, and luckily we were able to keep them. I told Tanner, I was like, we can't have these things glued to boards. We got to take them off. So, about the only damage is there's a crease right there, and then there's a crease up top. So, it's definitely not a gem mint poster, but boy, it's nice. All right, so now we all seen that. If there's anybody interested, you might want to like let me know, like if you are a serious person, for whenever those things do come up for sale. But here's what I was talking about with these, how they were glued to a board. Here's a prime example. Here's Cheap Trick. You see how these are glued to a board? Tanner was working on this one. They will peel right off, but someone put adhesive on these and glued them to a board. But they're actually going to peel right off. See that? They're going to peel right off. So the Pink Floyd was the same way. When I saw they were glued to a board after we took them out of a frame, I went, oh no, because we just bought this collection and we paid a ton of money for these. Because, I mean, look what's in it. These very expensive posters. So we took them out of frames, and some person decided it was a good idea to glue these to a board, which you probably don't want to do that. I didn't know how customers would feel about that, but me, if I'm going to spend $8,000 on a Pink Floyd poster, I probably don't want to glue it glued to a board. I want it in the original state. So this is Stone Temple Pilots and Cheap Trick. This one may be a little bit more affordable. So this is pretty cool here, actually. Stone Temple Pilots and Cheap Trick. Let's see what I can find on this thing. This will do really well at auction, honestly. I still got two more little cards over here. But they're framed, but the last time I sold one framed, the last one I sold framed, it cut off some of the border, and the guy took it out of the frame, and one of the ways you could tell if it was a first print or not, he had to take it out of the frame, and guess what? There was a little yellow dot on a Velvet Underground, and it actually was a second printing and not a first. I was like, okay, we're not selling any more of these things till we bust them out of these frames. I don't care if it is a $500 frame. You can't sell something for $1,000 and not know what it is and just guess. So now Paul had notes on this one. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's interested. I'm probably wanting to auction this one tomorrow because this could do really well. I have a buy it now price if anybody wants it, but it will come shipped rolled in a tube. It's a numbered print. It's Stone Temple Pilots. And it will peel right off of this board, and it's not going to damage it. So there's that. And then I got one more here to show y'all that probably will be auctioned tomorrow. And I think this one's pretty incredible. This is, I wasn't a fan of it at first, and then the more I look at it, the more I really like it. This is Grand Funk, a 1972 German tour poster. That's the notes that Paul had. I'm going to look it up and see what I can find out. Also, what's that poster website I was on? One second. Here's the expert, man. If you want to, let me find y'all this guy. Here he is. I was watching this guy, Poster Central. This guy right here, he works for Heritage. He has over 10,000 concert posters in his collection. You need to check out his channel. This guy is the guru, okay? I'm pretty sure I've spoken to him over the phone before at Heritage recently. He has videos after video, and I mean, he has stuff that it's like the only known example, but he has over 10,000 concert posters in his collection. But he has stuff that's like one of ones, like there's only one known example. Zaxby's, that looks good, doesn't it? I could use that right now. But yeah, poster. I need to get on his website, see if he has any entries. He probably even has a video about that Pink Floyd. But this guy here, man, I wish I could extract everything in his brain and put it into mine. just incredible. And the stories he tells on this stuff, and it's all coming. I think he obviously researches some of it, but most of all that's like up in his head. I mean, he can tell you, like, he'll look at a poster, not only tell you about the poster, but he'll tell you what happened on the tour. So he really goes in depth when he collects posters. He likes to know what happened on the tour. Like, well, oh, they had to cancel a show, and this date didn't actually happen, and so replaced them, and he's got all that up in his head. I'm like, man, I got to pick up my poster game. I definitely got to pick up my poster game, but that's Poster Central, so that's very good. I got binge watching his videos because not only does he tell about the poster, but he tells about like what was going on. Like he had some Jimi Hendrix, and he had stories, for afterwards. So very cool stuff. My luck, though, the Pink Floyd's probably, it'll be my luck. The Pink Floyd's probably some kind of bootleg, but that's why we're going to find out. But Randy Tutton did sign it, unless that's a forged signature, and that's all stuff we have to check. So here we go. Here's from Heritage. This is Grand Funk Railroad, Humble Pie, early 70s German tour, blank concert poster. Billed as heavy rock in concert. This tour, blank, was a string of dates featuring the hard rock greats with a mighty Humble Pie and openers 23 and 34. So yeah, Paul had this one. We're going to start this one tomorrow, probably at $195. So if anybody wants it tonight, probably $225. And the last one did sell for $229 back in 2022. So yeah, that's a pretty cool poster. It's got a big train on it. That's a big size too. So, all right, now I've got two handbills and frames. They're either handbills or postcards. I can't tell. And we're either going to bust them open tonight, or somebody might take a chance and leave them in the frame. It depends on what we can figure out about them. But I've got first a double postcard, the Kinks and Elton John with Frank Zappa, the Mother's Invention. And you'll see what I was talking about with these frames, how the blue mat matches, and then the pink frame matches that. See how they've really done a good job matching this up. Really good job matching that up. So that's an idea for anybody who bought a postcard tonight. Let me know. Now, George Burleson, I'm going to read your comments, but first, I want to show the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones. So that's going to be the next two there. I'm going to show those at the same time and try to start looking both of those up. Now, George Burleson said, offered 40, both postcards at 40 each. I said I'll keep the glasses for what I bought. If it's not asking, discount already done. Okay, so what he's saying is offered 40, both at 40 each. Okay, so we're also going to sell this one to George Burleson. So you got the last one for 40, this one for 40 as well. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and sell him this one as well for $40. Now, George, I hope you was a... So basically, you guys still got the glasses. I'm still going to do $40 on them. And then, because I already told you I would discount them. And then you got two Grateful Dead postcards for 40 and 40. All right. Now we're on the same page, I think. Let me bring everything a little closer here where I can get it. Now, hopefully there's not some kind of little blip on these to figure out what I have. Or to help me figure out what I have. So these are actually together, Leslie. So this is a double postcard. This is over here. This was a postcard advertising Kinks and Elton John. And then here's a postcard they made for Zappa and Mothers of Invention. And what they did sometimes is they didn't cut them. They didn't cut them, and they mailed them together. So that way somebody could get a double kind of design in one deal there. So All right, let's see what we have here. Let's search Elton John. There it is. I got to say, this has got to be one of his early shows here for the United States, 1970. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention headlined these shows at the Fillmore West during November of 1970. The interesting design by David Singer features an odd compilation of humans and animals. The postcard has a calendar of Bill Graham events on the back. The double postcard was also printed and bears the images of both 2555 and 2556, or 255 and 256. The card has a bulk rate, some copies of Drell, some else. So it doesn't sound like that was really reprinted too much. Let me go over here to Wolfgang's and see if they have any notes on it. I'm curious now that I'm using this website as well. Where's the double postcard at? There's the poster, Kinks poster, handbill poster. Handbill, this is the postcard, vintage ticket. Let's try Elton John. I know a guy here in Lebanon who knows this guy. Let's see here. Poster, handbill, Kinks ticket. There's no postcards. I'm looking for maybe handbill be on here. Print variations, some postcards. Only printed. Yeah, a lot of these are only printed once. Okay. So this is the double here. Double postcards, 255, 256, 75. Okay, yeah, so now here's the problem with this. It's in a frame, okay? So there was only one printing of this, but it's in a frame. And it's not like the frames over here, the Dollar General frames that cost whatever they cost now, $1, $3. This is a professional framing job. This is a $125 frame. This is a $75 frame. I don't know. The lady I use, this would probably cost $125 minimum, I would think. It's matted, screw down wire, backed, you know. So what would I have to do is I'm going to price it and add some costs, not really so much for the frame, but the fact that we got to ship it and pay extra postage. Or we can bust it out and it'll be cheaper for you. So the price in the frame is going to be $110. The loose item is $75. Now, Jason is actually first. Now, Jason, the way I'll do it for you, if you're first and you end up getting it, $75 and your shipping is calculated. So, however, and then if there's somebody in the States that buys it, $75. Michael's actually first on the stones. So I think Jason's the only one interested in this. So yeah, Jason, it'd be $75 for you plus calculated shipping to the UK. And I have a feeling that's going to cost you, it's probably going to cost you just as much as well. So, but yeah, I don't know. You may want to leave it in that. And FYI, there is a little bit of damage right here on the frame. I just want to let you know that before you do say, I know you just said sold, but before you say sold, you might can get something and like touch that up, or it may not bother you too much. It doesn't bother me too much, but I know how some people are about their frames, so just let me know. He said sold. All right, so this is sold to Jason. I'll go ahead and sticker this so they know this is Jason's. This is 75, and just like last night, plus calculated international. This one's going over the big pond. It's going to be on a big plane at some point with a lot of other parcels heading over to the United Kingdom. Okay, now let's figure out what we have with the Rolling Stones. And the list on this one is Michael Nath, Jason, and Debbie. And here it is. Oakland or San Diego? Oakland or San Diego? Oakland. So they used almost this exact same design for San Diego the next day. This is Oakland. All right. So BG201 marks the first time the Rolling Stones performed for Bill Graham. Wow. And the first time that Bill Graham booked a huge venue like Oakland Coliseum. The same image was also used for BG202 when the Stones went to San Diego for a one-day show. This image was printed twice, and even though the first print run was 3,000 posters, they are very scarce today. The original poster was printed on slick glossy coated poster. Okay, so the postcard, which is this, has a blank reverse and measures 4 point. It looks like it was only printed one time. That could be very good. That means we might not have to bust it out of here to confirm anything. Let's see what they say over here. Let's use this. Let's do Rolling Stones. All right, and then this is BG. What catalog number? That was BG201. Handbill. All right, print for this handbill is only printed once, 4 and 11, 6, 3, 8. All right, so this is it, Michael Nath and Jason Boxall and Debbie Blair. Let's do BG201 postcard over here. This is nice, also nicely framed. Oh, wow. Let's see what we have here. Didn't even know it had this stuff with it. Certificate of Authenticity. Rolling Stones, 69 Bill Graham concert. Our experts have examined this lot. Authentic. This particular lot, Providence, was produced from the Paul Posh collection. Paul Posh collection. Paul Posh collection. Interesting. And this is from Rock Legends, London. 2 Brompton Road, London. Interesting. Well, of course, y'all know how I feel about certificates like this. I don't know a lot about this website. It'd be like if somebody found a Coletco certificate of authenticity, but and they didn't know who Coletco was, but same thing. So there is some that's graded on here. This one's frame. Man. I know we got some serious Stones people. Michael Nass, one of them. That's what I was going to try to find out. But see, over here, it doesn't say that. This is the handbill. Before I say a price, let me really make sure on this one. Now, are you looking on the poster, Michael Nath, or the postcard? I see 2 printings of the poster, but I'm not seeing many mentions of a double printing of the postcard. This is handbill. This is handbill. It says handbill here too, but Classic Posters doesn't mention a handbill unless they kind of classify that in together. which I don't think they do. So yeah, they have handbill here. It did give some dimensions, didn't it? Hold on a second. Of course, I don't know how they cut it off here. 4, this is definitely bigger than, well, if it stops right there inside the mat, it's going to be pretty close to the 7.3S 4 and 5. They call it a postcard on here. Boy, I wish I could see the back. The back would tell us a lot, because we've only had one handbill tonight, and that was, let's see, one of these was a handbill, and basically it's just blank on the back. Was it this one? One of these was a handbill tonight, and then I guess really the difference between a handbill and a postcard would be that there's markings on the back of that. I'm kind of confused. Let's go over here. I hadn't searched Heritage yet. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is literally like solving a crime, okay? We're like investigative, and we have to do a lot of this. Anytime we're selling all this stuff, it's like, man, you got to take all these steps to make sure you really know what you have without putting something out there and then being wrong. I hate selling something and not accurately representing it. And I have a lot of stuff stashed away I've had for a long time that I still can't figure out. So, yeah, all these here, they sold a lot. This lot here over on Heritage I'm looking at, it looks like they sold a lot, and they're all blank on the back. And they call it a BG021 second printing. Yeah, so they call the Heritage in this lot BG02 second printing. Measures 14, or is these posters? Oh, those are posters. My bad. Those are posters. That's a lot of posters. Forget what I just said. Those were posters. I actually don't see anything yet that's mentioned a second printing of this. So, Mosher's, yeah. I don't think there's a second printing of this. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. When you're looking at results, like if you're ever looking these up and you're just scrolling through eBay, it messes you up because you see the same image, and unless you kind of read the description, you think it's a poster, but it's the postcard. I just did the same exact same thing, thinking I was looking at a poster. So, long story short, framed, and it's $95. $95. $95, and it's Michael Naff, Jason, and Debbie. This is not signed. If it is, I can't find it, or I can't see it. I don't think they would frame it and cut off the signature. And this COA on the back doesn't mention anything as well. So now we still haven't really figured out postcard or handbill, but I think they used the wrong language here. They called it a handbill. I think it's a postcard, because nobody else is mentioning Heritage, Wolfgang. Nobody else is mentioning it. So the nice frame price, $95. But that is a one and only printing of that release, it looks like. So, yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, near mint signed as well. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was going by. Yeah, they probably do the same thing. They probably take stuff out of frames. Nope. You hear people say, I leave the framing up to the consumer, unless somebody comes in the store and buys something. That's kind of the weird thing. If you have a retail store and you want to display something really nice like this, you got to get it framed. But if you want to sell it online, where you're probably actually going to be able to sell it, you got to take it out of a frame. I mean, you can ship it, but it's just such a hassle. Sold to Michael Naff for $95. sold to Michael Knapp for $95. I'm going to go ahead and write that one down too. All right. Well, folks. Well. Let's see what my last, maybe final tricks are. We didn't hit one autograph tonight. I have a crate of a lot of random stuff that I pulled those out of. Let me make sure that's all of them. I feel like I had a lot more than that at some point. Let's see what else I have here. I feel like I got ticket stubs somewhere. Y'all saw some of those listings where they had tickets. I feel like I had ticket stubs somewhere from Dale's. We got a lot of stuff from Dale's. That's where these came. I think these came from Dale's, FYI, in case y'all care about the provenance. Now, Dale obviously bought that from some kind of auction. Yeah, here's where most of these were stored. Let me see if there's anything else in here. There's sleeves. There's inner sleeves. Dale was kind of a pack rat, so you open up a box and you'll find a bunch of original concert stubs from the 60s. You open up another box, there'll be a box of autographs. All right, let me go to the back and get one more handful. I want to go through just a few more things before we call it a night. And everybody can go to night. Or whoever's waking up. Jason's in a completely different country, starting his day. All right, I'm over here next to the camera. Let me step to the back for 1 second. So y'all are going to lose my sound for about a solid minute. I don't know if y'all can hear me back there, but I left my mic on. I was grunting and leaning over trying to get all this stuff. So now I have not touched these items since JSA was authenticated them. So I have literally a whole stack of certification cards here to match all these items with, because we've never gone through them before. So there's no way we can go through all these tonight, but I'm trying to remember what even I have and make sure these are the right one. AX73430. Yeah. So yeah, there's so much stuff here, and these are all signed and authenticated. That's Janet Lee. So that poster was signed by Grandpa Jones. Janet Lee, Janet Lee. That's signed by Janet Lee. We got to get all this stuff into boards and bags. That's a Janet Lee cut. Janet Lee cut. Janet Lee cut. I'll probably sort through them now. We may go through this stuff tomorrow. Janet Lee, and kind of look it up. I was going to try to pull some stuff out for hot pictures. For tomorrow to get some teasers. That's June Haver. June Harver? June Haver. June Haver. June Haver. June Haver. June Haver. Yeah, is Susie Breedlove being affected by the flood? Well, these are all, we have a ton of June Haver. I need to look her up, see what her signature goes for. I got a bunch of June Havers. Dorothy Lamour. I'm going to have to look that one. I don't know what that one says. AX7 3312. This is Don Amici. I'm just figuring out what I have here, everybody. As soon as I get through this stack, I'm probably going to stop. I'm just trying to figure out what I have here. I hadn't got to look at any of these since they got authenticated. Thank you, as always, Michael Nath. These are all signed by Dorothy Lamour. Played in all these movies with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. I bet those are probably pretty good items. That's a cool one. And here's even more. I think this might be more music-related stuff here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to start a new pile. That's signed by John Sebastian. And if anybody does see something you want, let me know. There's Debbie Reynolds. This is a good item. This is signed by Bill Monroe. And this, yes, these are big money. These are, let me try to find the matching. 7380. These are AX737 79. Yeah, that and that. These are I have people very much wanting to bid on these. Ooh, more Queensryche. Aha. Here we go. I know some people who's going to want that tomorrow. Bing Crosby's wife. Wow, I did not know that. AX73782. Evanescence. Signed by 5 members. Signed Evanescence tour book. I'll probably do something to sell tomorrow. Right. Between Buried and Me. .383. Tammy Wynette. Alright, so Evanescence. I was looking on Susie. I don't think Susie, wherever Susie Breedlove's at, she doesn't have internet or maybe even electricity because she hadn't been on Facebook all day. Did Amy Lee sign this? Yeah. Debbie, I'm looking. It's hard to find something signed by the full band. Amy Lee, who is the lead singer, her signature by itself is pretty good. You hadn't went to bed, Michael Nath. Boy, yeah, I really don't see much signed by the entire band. Debbie, I might need some additional time on this one. I mean, Amy Lee's signature can vary depending on what it's on. You know, a photo from 100 to 200 to an album to 500 or 600. And of course, she signed this and the rest of the band. I know it's just a tour book. It's not an album, but that might help me there. Ooh, oh, what a great neck adjustment that was. Let me wait on that one. I'm probably gonna sell it tomorrow, though. I'm curious who signed this. I mean, because look how many signatures are on it, and there's some big names who played on this thing. My gosh, AX7 3787. Signer, the Bangles, signed by 4 members of the Bangles, additionally signed by Kenny Loggins, Winona Judd, and Naomi Judd. Whoa! So this is signed by all 4 members of the Bangles, or 4 members of the Bangles, Kenny Loggins, Winona Judd, and Naomi Judd. Whoa! That's pretty cool. Imagine if it was signed by everybody who played on here. What did the Bangles play? Did the Bangles even play on this record? Sting, John Cougar, Pretenders, Bruce, Whitney, Eurythmics, Pointer, Run DMC, U2, Madonna, Bob C. Brown, and Bond. The Bangles didn't even play on this. The Judds didn't either. Kenny Loggins didn't either. Or is that for like the video or something? What's going on here? Very special Christmas album. Quadruple platinum. That'll be the first thing somebody'd want to know is why did they sign it? And I don't have an answer right now, so we'll skip that one too. But that's a pretty cool item. I mean, just with those signatures, but it doesn't make sense that they signed it right now. And then this is a pretty good signature. This is, I think this is, well, let me look it up right quick. I've found what I've wanted to find. I was wanting to find some autographs to advertise to hype up tomorrow's sale, some great auctions, you know. That's what I do every night about this time of night. I find this is signed by Maria McKee. That's signed by Maria McKee. This is signed by Arnold Palmer. I don't know if I want to sell these because this is stuff of mine. This is stuff I bought from a customer that I kind of wanted. Yeah, Jack Nicklaus. That's a master scorecard signed by Jack Nicklaus. This is a master scorecard signed by Arnold Palmer. And then there's I know I don't want to sell this. This is a master's flag signed by Jack Nicklaus. So, I've been collecting these. I have a Scotty Scheffler. I bought a fake Tiger Woods. Don't trust Fanatics, okay? If you see a Fanatics sticker, don't trust it. I bought a fake Tiger Woods. So, but I have a Scheffler. I have a Jim Nantz. Now I got a Jack Nicklaus. I got to get an Arnold Palmer. And I want to buy a real Tiger Woods, but they're very forged. And okay. Well, if there'll be nothing else, I've got certificates everywhere. I've got to match up and research and clean up. It's already, what, 3 a.m.? 3 a.m. I got to have the store ready to open by 10. If my mom can get here tomorrow, just FYI, I know tomorrow's usually a big day for people to come here. My mom lives on a road that floods, and she might not be able to get out in the morning. Our creek was already really high, so we'll have to see what happens. But if she can't get here, I may have to bite the bullet and be here, which means I will be here trying to run the store on very little sleep and then try to do the sale. So I hope that's not the case. Hopefully she can get here, Mom. She was awake a while ago. She was still texting me. So Tammy Wynette. I was looking at Tammy. Tammy's a good one, Debbie, as well. I mean, I'll price it to you. I don't want to price Evanescence, but I will, unfortunately, give you a price on this. This is a vintage item. It's a pretty cool piece. It's a magazine clipping. The one here that says "Love You." There's a photo that says "I love you, Tammy Wynette." It sold for $150, and then a signed record sold for $250. I will sell you this one that's not, these two are personalized. No, this one's not personalized either. That's a big photo. So you got personalized, you have not personalized. $195, $195, and the one personalized to Fred. The one personalized to Fred, $155. So $195, $195, and $155. Just this one. This is $195. And that's a pretty big photo to be signed. You know, usually they're like a press photo or something. So I'll show it to you a little bit better. Very nice. $195 on that. That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of like Evanescence. So I can let you know on that when we're going to be doing that tomorrow. I think I'm going to photograph this Bill Monroe, the Queensryche, the Evanescence, the lobby cards, a couple of these big posters, not Pink Floyd, and some of these other autographs here, and probably run those tomorrow. That's a tough one to price also because it's got so many different, it's kind of like Evanescence. It's going to take me another 30 minutes to try to really track down who those people are, what it should price, and but you will have an opportunity tomorrow if you're able to watch the stream. Now, if you're not able to watch the stream, I'll try to figure out something right now, but I really need to put that up for auction on that. Now, Debbie, that was my buy it now price tonight. If something happens and I don't sell these for a while, you know how I operate. I'll reduce them until they sell, waiting on the Evanescence. Okay, I'll probably do that tomorrow. So, yeah, let me go ahead and sign off. I gotta eat. I'm very hungry, honestly. Haven't ate since 6 o'clock, and that was not much. I got to clean up and get all this. I got to match all these cards. I cannot lose these, and I got to get sleeves, and I'm going to be boarding, bagging, and cleaning stuff up for another hour probably before I can even clean up the rest of the store. That's nothing y'all are worried about because y'all are either about to wake up or some of y'all are probably about to go to bed. So I still got several hours of work probably before I can think about heading home. With that being said, I'm signing off for the night. Y'all have been amazing as always. We've made it to 3 a.m. and I could keep going probably. What's crazy is I could just keep bringing stuff up here continuously for hours. Hours and hours, stuff like this, and posters and prints. And Brian, I did not get any David Gilmour stuff. So, no, I barely got any vinyl. They never send me promotional stuff. They don't ever send me that. So, we'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, the police busted those people. Can't believe between beginning of auction now, I've been to sleep and got up. Since I got started, Jason's already went to bed over there in London. Slept and woke up, and I'm still here selling. I know, and then I've got to be back tomorrow to do all this again. So, boy, it's been great. As always, I couldn't do this. I wouldn't be doing this live if I didn't know y'all would watch and at least help me watch me figure this stuff out. Plus, it shows y'all the process I do to confirm what all this is and verify it and what we go through. You know, we just don't sell stuff on a whim. We really make sure we know what we have, and because it could matter on a poster from 500 to 5,000, and then it could matter on an autograph if it's personalized or not, or if it's signed on a photo, or if it's signed on an album. It really matters. So, with that being said, I am signing off. Just make sure no other last comments. Thank y'all as always. Good night, and I'll be back tomorrow at 7. But y'all know how I roll. I'll say 7. I'll be back on at 7:10. 7:15 after I scarf down all my food and get the car.